So today I just want to share some nuggets of 15 years of designing and implementing exercises in the city of Virginia Beach in Virginia. April 5th, 2012, I received the call, said plane into an apartment complex. We have Oceana Naval Air Station, master jet base in the city of Virginia Beach, and an F-18 took off and 72 seconds later landed in an apartment complex. We were ready because exercises are important. They have value. Do them. In December of 2011, on a frigid day for the city of Virginia Beach, on a frigid day in a field by the Intercoastal Waterway, we put out our practice mock-up there, set it on fire, and the military and the civilians came and put the fire out and worked through the scenario. For the prior 10, 15 years, we had always taken all of our stuff onto the base, spread out on the flight line, checked the boxes, and off we went. This was the first time we took it off the base and practiced. In the time between, you look at the dates, December 2011 and April 2012, we signed MOUs, worked on policies, trained firefighters about ejection seats and putting water on ordnance. We had not one fatality. Bring your outside partners in. We host the Shamrock Marathon in the city of Virginia Beach, which is a Boston qualifier. Thousands of folks descend upon us. We also host over 700 special events in the city of Virginia Beach. Sitting down with our public safety is the easiest thing to do for exercises because everybody's comfortable with that. But bring in your outside partners. We started bringing in our event organizers. They don't do exercises. They don't speak exercise. Bring them in. Talk through the scenario. We brought them in after the Boston Marathon and started talking just through that scenario. We learned things on our side. They learned a tremendous amount of things, and now we do it prior to every large special event that we host. We just bring them in for a discussion. Doesn't have to be a huge thing. Bring everybody in, talk through a scenario, fill some gaps, work on some policies, and move forward. HSEEP. Some of you hate it, some of you love it. Use it. It's consistency. It's a battle rhythm. It helps you work through the process of putting the exercise together. And it helps your leaders understand the process. This is why it takes 9 months sometimes to do a full-scale exercise. This is why we got to sit around a table first and we can't jump right to pulling all of our toys out. One of the best things that I did was hold a training and exercise work group, training and exercise program workshop. And what we did, where'd it go? What we did was everyone got I pulled leaders. I had about 100 people show up from hospitals, from special events, across the board. I pulled the leaders out of the crowd and gave them a sign: seminar, workshop, drill, full-scale exercise, and had them put it in order. They failed miserably. But it illustrated the fact, you can see our fire chief was even up there. It illustrated the fact that we have to crawl, walk, and run. There is a reason why we do this process. So getting them out of their seats and getting them involved in that process. Use your training and exercise program workshop to get folks thinking outside the box. Put up butcher paper, let them write all over it. I want this training, I want this exercise. It really helps get folks together. Failure. Failure is actually an option. Because if you don't learn anything from the exercise, you learn that you're never going to do that exercise again. And what's the first thing on every after-action report for an area for improvement? Communication. Communication. Every time. The radio didn't work. The message didn't get out. The military, we have 2 different radio systems. Every time we exercise, and we have to exercise every year, our patching gets faster, our radio communication gets quicker, our messaging gets more coordinated. But every time we do it, something breaks, something doesn't work. But we keep doing it. You can see just in the past couple of years how many exercises we've done in Virginia Beach, and I can tell you each one where we failed. But it helps you design that exercise and helps you do better next time and share those nuggets moving forward. Catastrophic exercises. Most of you that were in here yesterday, who would have thought to plan for a Category 5 hurricane hitting you twice in 12 days? Not me. Even when we were talking about our national level exercise that we just held, Category 3 or 4 hitting the North Carolina coast, really affecting our city coming through, we're like, we'll talk through it. Do it. You got to think about the worst case. What better way to do it than sit around the table? Mark talked about the zombies, the Sharknadoes. You have to start thinking about it. I have to put the plug in for the plan here for what Brock Long shares. If you don't talk about the catastrophic, you're going to be back-footed. And it's a hell of a way to start off. So think about those 2 Cat 5s in 12 days. Or the folks out on the West Coast, what is the Cascadia Subduction Zone exercise? Very foreign to us. But you practice it, you work on it. You need to think about the catastrophic, you need to be creative, and at the end of the day, you need to do them. So do the exercises. Use the HSEEP program. Bring in your outside partners. Remember that failure is okay because you're always going to take away those nuggets. And think about the catastrophic, because if we can think about the catastrophic, it's pretty bad. Because we're pretty creative, and we've seen a lot of things, and we can think up a lot of things too, so do it. There is value in an exercise, even the smallest conversation that you have. Thank you.